So there's a lot of blogs out there. So how do you make your blog stand out, look special and unique and memorable? Because you want people to remember it so they go, oh, I love that blog. I want to go check out what else they've got, you know. You want a blog that really stands out because there really are an awful lot of blogs out there. So one of the best ways to really make your blog stand out is by showing your own personality in it, because in many ways your blog is your personal thing. Even if it's a business blog where you're sharing, you know, your own tips and tricks for your business related stuff, there's still a lot of you in it. Even if your blog is more business based, it's still more likely that it's a personal brand that you're blogging for, and so you really need to put a lot of yourself in it, because your blog is a way for people to connect with you. So whether your blog is personal and you're sharing your creative journey and, you know, things you're creating or things you're exploring and making and doing, or if you're sharing tips and tricks to do with your own business and, you know, your creative journey through your business side of things and how other people can learn from what you do. Either way, it's personal and it's your own personal brand, and it's that gateway for people to connect with you and get to know you. And then, of course, trust you and love you and want to keep coming back to read more and more. So how do you put your personality into your blog so that people connect with you before they even read any of your posts, so that they feel this connection? Almost like walking into someone's home. When you walk into their home, you instantly feel this connection and you sort of get an idea of the kind of person they are and a bit about their personality based on the way their home looks. And it's the same when it comes to a blog. When someone hits that page, you want them to get a feeling about who you are, you know, create this vibe. Just because it's online, it doesn't need to be this sterile environment where, you know, it's just all about the blog posts. We need to create a warm, beautiful place for people to come to and connect with you. I'm Tabitha Emma, and one of the first ways I started to put myself out there on the online world is through blogging. As soon as I wanted to share my creative world and start selling products online, I thought that blogging would be a great way to start connecting and sharing. And it was such an effective way for me to get to know different people and start growing my business and getting seen. And I also used it as a fun playground to experiment with design and start expressing my creative style and who I was and my personality. A blog is a very personal thing. Even if you aren't pouring out your heart, you know, telling your life story through it, it's still personal. So let's put some of your personality into the design. Not only is intertwining your personality in your blog going to help people connect with you, but it's also going to help with your brand identity. The internet is a fast-paced world, and people don't have a lot of time to just explore, look around your blog and get to know you. So you want to create this instant connection so people can instantly feel your vibe and feel connection to you just by looking at the design, and then it will draw them in to really get into your content. You want to create an experience and a world that people just want to dive into and be part of. So the first step is to research you. Now what I mean by this is, instead of just diving into looking what everyone else is doing, looking at other bloggers for inspiration, jumping on Pinterest for design ideas, start by looking at what makes you you and how you can infuse that into your blog design. You need to start mind mapping the things about yourself that relate to your topics that you're blogging about, and how you can really put that into your design. By taking some time to think about some things that make up who you are, your personality, your own vibe and style, then you can infuse unusual and different things into your blog design that might not be obvious. So if you've got a blog that's, you know, all about knitting, the obvious thing might be, you know, to make the design all about knitting and craft. But if you're a beach girl that lives by the ocean and loves to, you know, sit out on the veranda and listen to the waves while you knit, and so you start to put in to your blog design, you know, the wave patterns and a lot of movement and, you know, a calm, relaxed vibe, you're going to create something very unique and different from what else is out there. And also people are going to feel more a connection to you because you've got something that's unique and different and stands out from everyone else in your niche. So once you've taken the time to research and come up with some ideas, your next step then is to start creating a mood board and start looking for that visual inspiration based on your ideas. This is when you can also look at other people's blogs and look at Pinterest for design inspiration, but because you've started from a point of thinking about yourself and how you can put some of you into that, you're going to come at it from a different perspective and it's going to be more interesting and unique. Once you've got your inspiration all together and all those ideas, then you need to create a style guide. So start picking out the colors you want to be using, the fonts you want to be using, and make sure you've got all these design elements considered so that once you get into the actual design of your blog, it's going to be consistent. Now, once you've got a good idea of the overall style, we can get into some of the nitty-gritty and little fun ways that you can add your personality into your blog design. Now, one way you can do this is through your profile picture. Now, it's important that you put a picture of yourself on your blog so people can instantly connect with you and know who's behind it. And this is a place where you can have fun putting your own personality into it. It could be the style of the photography, the kind of shot, the pose, or it could even be not using a photo at all, but rather an illustration. If something more arty suits your personality and style, maybe an illustration of yourself might actually be more fun than a photo. So when it comes to that profile picture, really think about how you can infuse some of your personality into it. The next place on your blog to consider is your about page. This is the place where you can really add a lot of fun and personality. So rather than just a picture and a blurb, think about ways you can make it more fun and interesting. Whether it's showing behind the scenes, whether it's adding fun design elements that, reflect who you are as a person. Really play with it and have some fun and make it a way that people can really connect with you. Another simple little idea that's quite popular is a post signature. So just adding your little signature as an image that you add to the end of blog posts. So this just adds a little touch of you to your post. Another fun area to play with is the comment section. So the actual comment box where people can leave a comment, you can put an image behind that box, or you can play with the lettering, the fonts, the colors. Have some fun with it. It's one of those areas that can often be forgotten and just left as a normal, plain, boring box, but it's actually a place that you can have a lot of fun and add some personality, because that's the place where you're starting to connect with your reader, where they're responding back to you. And so adding some of your personality into that can really strengthen that connection. So it could be, making it look like a postcard, or having a fun pattern behind it, or a little illustration, or, just having fun colors. It doesn't always have to be complex, just fun little quirky things that add elements of surprise and intrigue. I once designed a blog for someone where it was all about travel. We made the comment box look like a boarding pass. So really brainstorm some fun ways you can make the comment section really personal and fun. And then another form that you can have fun with is also on your contact page with a contact form. So just like that comment box section, think about how you can have fun with that comment form as well. And then your sidebar. Doesn't have to be just boring plain widgets. Think about ways you can add little touches to, the headers, the titles, or ways you could tie all the different widgets together. Maybe there's something that goes behind all of them. Just think of little ways you can tie them together or add little touches to them to add some of your personality into that sidebar. One way you can do this is through the social media icons. So, there's so many different ways you can design social media icons, and so that's a fun way to play around and add some personality to it. Whether it's hand-drawn, whether it's fun shapes. You feel like you have to stick with just some plain black social media icons. Have a bit of fun with it and think about how you can make it more personal and how you can tie it in with that overall blog branding too. And then a big one that's going to really connect people instantly when they hit that page is your header. So that big banner at the top, you've got to make sure that there's something interesting and really reflects your personality. This doesn't mean you have to go over the top and it has to be, so much in this banner. It can still be simple, but it needs to have a bit of quirk, a bit of personality and uniqueness to it. Because if your personality is about, simplicity and minimalism, then maybe that's the look that's best. But, if your personality is more fun, arty, colourful and playful, then you want to be reflecting that in that banner, because that's going to be the very first thing that people see, and it's on every single page. So no matter where they end up on your blog, they're going to be seeing it. So it's really important that it really sets the tone. And then there's your footer. Another area that can often be overlooked because it's sort of the last thing you think about when you come to designing your blog. But it's also an area where you can have a lot of fun. And you can add the very simplest little quirky things like thank you for reading, or it was so lovely that you visited my blog. And you can add little illustrations. You can, add those social media icons again. You can maybe create a version of your logo that's just small down the bottom there. Or, put a little funny GIF or something. just have some fun with it, and add those little elements of delight that people aren't expecting. So as they go through your blog, they're like, oh, that's cute, oh, that's fun, I really love what they've done there. Just really delight them. Make visiting your blog a complete experience. And finally, one more idea is your categories. So obviously with categories, you've got lots of different interesting subjects, and so there's ways you could divide them up that is going to make them fun and interesting. So it could be creating illustrations or graphics that represent each of those categories that really suit your personality and style. So going back to that original idea of the knitter, maybe all her icons are more to do with the ocean, even though the topics are talking about knitting and craft. There's this, maybe, showing wool could be, like a shell, or wool that looks like waves of the ocean. Really creative and interesting ways of making icons, putting up those categories in a way that really shows some personality and unique twists. And I'm sure there's plenty of other ideas, so let me know in the comments if you have any great ideas of how you can add personality to your blog design, or whether you've taken an idea away from this that you can't wait to add into your own blog to add a little bit more fun and delight. And check out in the description below, because I've also got a free downloadable with 8 ideas for making your blog design even more beautiful. And if you're a creative blogger, or you have a creative business and you want to learn more about design and creativity, be sure to subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you next time.